When I bought the house in the woods, I thought it would finally be my piece after 40 years of sacrifice. I raised two children alone after my husband died, working night shifts, saving every coin. That house wasn't luxury, it was freedom wrapped in wood and quiet. So when my daughter's husband, Eric, smiled across the dinner table and said, "Mom, since your house has extra rooms, we were thinking maybe my parents could move in too." I nearly choked on my tea. I laughed, thinking it was a joke, but he didn't laugh back. "Eric," I said carefully, "your parents have their own house." He smiled that polite, controlled smile he always used when pretending to be respectful. "They're getting old, and you'll have company. It'll be perfect for everyone." My daughter Lena stayed silent. Her eyes darted between us, guilt heavy in her gaze. That silence said everything. They had already discussed it, without me. For weeks, I tried to reason. "I've lived alone for years," I told Lena. "I don't want strangers in my space." But she only sighed. "Mom, they're family now. Dad would have wanted you to share." That line burned me, because her father never wanted me to be used. He'd warned me that people mistake kindness for weakness. And Eric's parents, they were far from kind. I'd met them twice. Both times, they looked at me like I was a servant who'd overstayed her welcome. So when Lena and Eric showed up one morning with boxes saying they were helping his parents pack for the move next week, something inside me snapped. I smiled sweetly. "Wonderful," I said. "Then I'll prepare a surprise for them." They both smiled, thinking I'd given in. But my surprise wasn't what they expected. That evening, I called an old friend, Diane, a real estate agent who owed me a favor. "Can you help me with a little trick?" I asked. Her laughter told me she was intrigued. Within 2 days, we had what we needed, a listing for a beautiful woodland home, complete with photographs of my house. But this version included a few minor flaws. Bats in the attic, rats in the basement, weak plumbing and mold issues, a mysterious knocking sound at night. We uploaded it to a local site Eric's parents were known to browse. They'd been bragging for months about wanting to live rent-free near family. Then I waited. 3 nights later, I heard the crunch of gravel outside. Eric's parents had arrived early, dragging suitcases through the mist. They didn't even knock, just walked in, smiling like they owned the place. "Surprise," his mother said. "We wanted to see our new home before moving day." I forced a smile. "Of course, come in." As I served them tea, Diane's hired man crept around outside, triggering small sounds. Footsteps on the porch, creaks on the roof, faint knocking behind the walls. Eric's father frowned. "What's that noise?" "Oh," I said casually, "it happens every night around this time. Probably the bats again." His wife paled. "Bats?" I nodded. "And sometimes rats in the basement. Don't worry, they only come out when the pipes leak, which is often." When water started dripping from the kitchen ceiling, thanks to a clever plumbing trick I arranged, she screamed. They packed up within an hour. Eric arrived furious. "Mom, what did you do?" I looked him straight in the eye. I told the truth. This house isn't suitable for more people, especially uninvited ones. He tried to argue, but I had one final surprise. I handed him a folder. "You wanted your parents here? Fine. But this house is no longer mine." Inside were documents, a sale agreement. I had sold the house to Diane's company that very morning. Eric blinked. "You sold it?" "Yes. I'll be renting a cottage near the lake, alone." He turned red. "You can't just—" "Oh, but I can," I interrupted. "Because it's my name on the deed, not yours. And the new owners?" I smiled. They don't allow extended families or freeloaders. Lena looked at me teary-eyed. Mom, you didn't have to. I did, I said softly. Because you forgot something, Lena. This was never about sharing a home. It was about control. Your husband doesn't want to live near me. He wants to own what I built. Her silence told me I was right. A week later, the house in the woods was empty again, except for the faint smell of fresh paint and the echo of all the years I spent building that dream. I drove away in my small car, watching the forest fade in the rearview mirror. The new cottage was smaller, humbler, but it was mine. Sometimes revenge doesn't need poison or fire. Sometimes it's just reclaiming your peace, while others drown in the chaos they tried to create for you. A month later, Lena called. Eric's parents sold their own house to move closer, but no one will rent to them. Word got around about the haunted listing you posted. I smiled into the phone. Oh, what a shame. Mom, she whispered, a mix of awe and guilt in her voice. You really did prepare a surprise. Yes, I said, sipping my tea as thunder rolled outside my new window. And the best part? They never saw it coming. Never mistake a mother's kindness for weakness. Even in the quietest woods, she knows how to fight back, silently, smartly, and with a smile.